Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode 52 of the Hrudai podcast. In this episode, we deep dive into the unseen forces that shape our lives, destiny, numbers, mindset, and inner alignment. Joining us today is Smitha ma'am, a guide who blends wisdom, lived experience, and spiritual insight to help people understand themselves beyond fear and suppression. This conversation isn't about predicting the future, it's about empowering the present. We talk about self belief, manifestation, breaking labels, and how awareness can transform confusion into clarity. If you have ever felt stuck in life, questioned your past, or wondered, is there more to life than what I see? This episode is for you. Let's bring Smitha ma'am on screen. Hello, ma'am. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thank you, Hrudai. How are you?
I'm doing great, ma'am. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So let's begin our podcast today. Your first question is, how was your childhood? And tell us your favorite memorable moment.
Okay, my childhood was great, Hrudai, because I was a very naughty child, and it's very difficult to like tell you one memory because I was so active, so naughty, and have like innumerable memories that are attached to my childhood. But one thing I can say is what I remember as a like maybe I was 3 years old or something. I would never let anybody touch the wall of our house also. It's like, this is my house, you cannot touch. So I used to be that. And very naughty, very, very naughty.
Mm, right. So, what moment in your life first made you realize that you were meant to guide others?
Okay, this is not something that happened, like let's say in a moment that I had some realization that I have to guide others or anything. This was like thought and brought forward, and a lot of contemplation went on, and then lot of like talks, pep talks from my teachers. Then it happened. It didn't happen like in a moment that I realized, okay, I have to guide others now. No, that didn't happen at all. I had to be convinced to do this.
So, what was your passion, and did you follow the passion what you had in your mind when you were a child, or did it change gradually?
I always, wanted to become a RJ, which I did, and I, like worked as a RJ for online radio station. But yeah, other than that, like the passion part of it, I can say that was really something that I wanted to do, and I did it. And then once I did it, it's like, okay, this is it. It's all about it, it's nothing once you do it.
Right. Now, how can you differentiate between passion versus purpose?
There is no difference as such. It's just that, you have to keep yourself aligned to your thoughts. That's about it.
Hmm. So, your journey is described as self-made. What inner shift changed everything for you?
Like I said, it was not, like one some incident happened and I had to, like decided to do this or nothing like that. And like I always say, there was no problem in my life. I just consulted some astrologer, some wrong gem which was suggested, and things went wrong with it. And then I was like trying to figure out why it happened. And off late, the thing is like the astrologers said, our courses are cheaper than our consultation. So I took up the courses, I learned it. And then, like, I'm like, okay, I learned it. It's done. I found my answers to an extent. So it's all done. And then, in the due course, when you see, and when you learn something, you want to actually experiment it. So I was trying to read for my friends, and things were like, okay, on bang on spot. And then when I started complaining about, what the Instagram astrologers do and things like that, so that is when we had a discussion that you can't complain about somebody else when you're not ready to step up and guide. I'm like, well, yeah, I can do it, but I'm still, like not there fully.
mm,
So you might like see me do a few podcasts and then, like whatever, but I still don't take many consultations. And there's a reason, there's my personal reason for that, because I don't want to take, others' trauma,
mm,
or because nobody comes to you when they're happy. Nobody comes to an astrologer when they're happy. So I'm not, like probably I'm not made to deal with that kind of emotions, or I'm not that empathetically, supportive to people. I might, sometimes be very rude. So, you're not doing something, and people, especially I get annoyed when people ask me remedies. I scold them on their face, and I'm not liked for that also. I don't care. So if you're, like wanting guidance, yeah, I'm here, I'm available, but I will do it on my terms. I'm not doing it on your terms.
amazing. So, was there a phase where you doubted your path, and how did you move through it?
No, there has always been, contemplations. Otherwise, without that, you can never step up and do anything. Okay, so it's just like there's no doubt factor in this. It's like, okay, I'll jump into water. Let's see if I can swim, or, like drown.
Nowadays, many people fear astrology and numerology. What is the biggest myth you would like to break today?
See, I have always told this, right? You can never change your destiny. That is the biggest myth. Like everybody selling remedies, everybody selling gemstones, everybody selling yantras, mantras, whatever you call it. You cannot change your destiny.
Mm,
You can decode it, you can align yourself to it and live the best possible way
mm,
towards your planetary alignment. It is not possible for you to magically change something.
mm. So, how can numbers become tools for awareness rather than labels that limit us?
See, numbers are not tools. Okay, numbers basically, if you're talking about numerology, numerology is a very new thing that popped up,
Mm,
right? So it wasn't there like many thousands of years ago, or whatever. It was, like some people say it's a borrowed science from China, and some people say no, it was there in our history or whatever. But the invention of number itself was like, how do I say now? Of course, there are numbers everywhere,
right.
right? But to follow it in the same pattern, it's not possible. What do you get? Like 9 cross 9? Nine numbers and nine planets, and 9 cross 9 is what you get. So there is no other combination that leads to something else. And it gets handicapped after a while.
Mm,
So there is no, I mean, like solid thing that to say, okay, numerology works this particular way. But yeah, there are like few combinations which are prominent. It can be seen in those people. Yeah, it is there. But
mm,
you can't really generalize everyone under that category. No.
mm. So, how can we differentiate between numerology and astrology?
Well, see, they are all tools, like I said. So your life path and you are a constant.
Mm,
So the tools can change, but you cannot change,
mm, yeah.
right? So your life events will not change with the tool. For example, if I use numerology and say that you're going to, let's say, live for X years,
Mhm,
X number of years. Now that X should not change with astrology or Vedic astrology or Lal Kitab or any other method.
mm, mm, right.
Correct. So your life events, or let's say if you're getting married at 25 years of age, if that is what is seen in one particular tool, then it should remain the same across all.
Mm.
So that balance is not seen in numerology. So that is why it gets handicapped after a while. That's what I said.
So, how important is timing in making life decisions?
Okay, if I give you an example, if you're when you're waiting at a railway station,
Mhm,
okay, there are two trains, one on each platform. One goes this direction, one goes this direction. So your decision changes which direction you go. So the timing of your decision matters.
Mm. So they say, for an example, if we are going through some problem, it's your headache, and the God has written this should happen at this timing, and that will happen at your timing. Is that true?
Well, see, if you don't, let's say, if you don't align yourself or if you don't work on your free will, which is definitely given to everyone, right? So if you don't work on it, then yes, definitely it will happen like like whatever is written in your chart or written in your nasib, or it's that way.
Right. So, do you also use manifestation, and
Yes, I do.
how did it work in your life?
Well, yeah, it has worked. I mean, see, ground rule of manifestation is that you don't really pre-live your thoughts, or you don't, let's say, manifestation ground rule is that you don't hope for something to
Mm.
happen. But unfortunately, people, when they try to manifest, whatever you give them, they cannot, like get that thin line between pre-living and manifesting, or like manga chhod diya, it's not possible for people
Why do some people manifest so easily while others feel stuck
because
despite
they are
effort?
vibrating at that frequency. See, I'll tell you an example. आपका favorite radio channel कौन सा है? Which is your favorite radio channel?
YouTube channel, what we generally
Radio frequency.
um 93 point some
93 point
yeah,
something. Yeah, 90, let's say
yeah,
93.5. And what is it? Let's say if it was Big FM,
yeah,
or yeah, okay. Now, if you tune into 101.4, do you get Big FM there?
no.
So when you have to manifest, you have to vibrate in that frequency. You have to have that frequency to attract what you want.
Mm.
So if you're at a wrong frequency and you're trying to attract some other frequency, it is not possible.
Right.
That's
So
it.
aligning at your
Yeah.
own self, and also the timing is very
Yeah.
important. So how much of manifestation is belief, and how much is inner alignment?
Okay. I think, see, this is a very big, broad topic, right? So you can sit and talk. Now, there are many people who can teach manifestation, but that is very wrong. You cannot teach somebody to manifest. You can guide them. You can show them the way. Okay, these are the things that you can do. But you can't teach someone.
Mm.
It is not a SOP, it's not a standard operating procedure. Okay, you sit like this, you do that. That's not how it works. Everybody has their own way to do it, which you figure out for yourself. Nobody can tell you, okay, this is your way.
Mm. Right. So what is one daily practice that can immediately shift a person's energy?
Oh, daily practice is journaling, writing your thoughts down. That helps a lot.
How do unhealed emotions silently block growth and success?
How to unheal emotions. Okay, see, now there are like many different ways, right?
Mm.
So they say the Ho'oponopono prayers, and like saying thank you, please forgive me, sorry, I love you, and these things. But unless you don't feel that and you're
Mm.
just saying it, it won't have an impact.
Right.
Else, if you don't say it, but you actually feel that gratitude within,
Mm.
आपको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है,
Mm.
then it will anyway happen. So people, whoever do say I'm doing Ho'oponopono prayer this many times, that many times, I'm not healing, it's not working out. भाई क्यों करेगा? बोलने से नहीं होता है.
Mm. So what signs show that someone is disconnected from their inner self?
Well, you can make out with their thoughts, because um, when they are not aligned with themselves, or when they're not aligned with their energies, they want something, but they are usually living for the external world.
Mm.
ठीक है? Whenever you see a person, like living for the rest of the world, dressing up the way the world wants to see them,
mm,
talking the way the world wants to see them, right? So these are the things that define that.
mm. How can people begin healing even if they don't know where to start?
Like I said, the first thing is journaling, because accept your own thoughts. That is the first step. Unless and until you accept yourself, why would somebody else accept you? So write it down, write whatever you're feeling, accept it. It's okay to feel bad. It's, I mean, you're a human, so write it down. I'm feeling bad today, and you accept it for yourself. So begin there.
So, how do you define healing as?
Okay, healing is something that, when you stop, let's say, expecting something.
Mm,
Okay, many people say it is detachment, it comes from Ketu and all that. But when you stop expecting some particular thing from some particular person, or, like when you get selfless,
mm,
so you are healed. Basically, that. So, whatever trauma it could be, uh, let's say you get to a point, when, oh, okay, it doesn't matter. जो होगा देखा जाएगा. When you become that bindas person, then you're healed.
mm.
That
Now,
is why a child is, like they are natural healers. The small baby doesn't know anything, completely
mm,
ignorant, doesn't care.
right. Now, what is spirituality?
Okay, spirituality, this is a very vast subject again, but let's say when you know what you want,
Mm,
okay, your want becomes your need, but you are not attached to it,
mm,
then you're living a spiritual life.
mm. So, is spiritually meaning is religious
No, it is
or
not. It is not. Religious practices are different. Spirituality is, well, often mistaken to be the religious practices, the puja part, the dhoop batti, what you do. It is always mistaken to be that, but it's not so.
mm, right. So, society often labels people. How do we stop living by others' expectations?
Hmm. Well, you have to figure out for yourself. You have to, like, bring it from within how you want to heal or how you want to present yourself.
Mm,
Now, for example, if I have to tell you, now you are like sitting in a particular position and I'm sitting like this and we are talking because we want this image to be presented to the world that we are talking like this. Now, I am not sitting like this, putting my leg up, right? So it is, you know what I mean? So we are following certain things. Now, the day I feel okay, I don't care about what people think.
mm,
I'm going to dig my nose in the podcast.
right.
I don't care if people are seeing me that way,
Mm,
right? So when you get to that level,
mm, mm,
that's when you know you've done it.
yeah. What keeps people trapped in fear even when opportunities are in front of them?
Yeah, like I said, the doubt or the self-doubt, and you are not doing enough, or you start to feel that you're not enough. And some, like past traumas are there, you have had bad experiences, you're not letting go of them. So you're still stuck there.
Mm,
So you don't see the opportunities enough.
right.
This is something I heard in one of the interviews. I don't want to take names, but yeah, there was the person who like teaches manifestation to others. He was saying, there is always a trauma. How you grow up as a child, and like somebody has told you कि ये करना है, and you always live by that,
Mm,
and you don't grow beyond that.
right.
So the tuning is there.
Mm,
So once you can think, you can accept, then you change. Now it's like, if I have to give this example, it's like there's a very strong rule, na, ki it's been made that Brahmins don't eat non-veg,
mm, yes.
right? So the minute you say you're a Brahmin, you eat non-veg, you are judged by everyone.
Mm,
But the day you don't care when you're judged,
mm,
right? That is when you have achieved something. Then you slowly accept, okay, it's okay. Now it's a different thing that some people don't like the smell because they're not used to it. There's some people they can't eat. But it is not that just because you're a Brahmin you can't eat, you should get rid of that thought. That's what I meant.
mm,
Now I know I'm gonna, like whoever is gonna comment that okay, you are talking like this. That is exactly what I'm saying.
mm,
Till the time you're judging someone based on some, like some theories somebody has said somewhere, and you're not applying your brains, you're not accepting anything, then how can you even step forward?
mm. Right. So now, does your relationship with your parents decide the relationship of your life?
Yes, definitely. The what like whatever you have seen as a child is what is reflected.
Mm,
Right now, let's say in many families, it's been taught, or it's been said that the men of the family, they don't even take their cups and put it in the kitchen.
mm, mm,
They're lying somewhere. So the son is also expecting his wife to do that, because why? He has seen his mom do that all his life.
mm,
तो मेरी मम्मी करती थी, तो मेरी बीवी भी करेगी. So unless that child has like seen somewhere or lived alone, or there have been certain circumstances that has changed the thought, or he has evolved to change the thought himself.
mm, mm. So, can you give us one manifestation technique where audience can use it?
Okay, see, first thing is that, like I said, irrespective of what your thoughts are, okay, learn to accept it.
Mm,
Even if you're thinking something negative, it is okay. You say, okay, I can think like this.
mm,
Accept it for yourself.
mm.
There is no pressure of, okay, you can't say, how can I think so negative of someone?
Yes.
Okay. You're already denying your own accept, like your own feeling there.
Mm,
How do you expect somebody else to validate it for you?
mm,
Right? So even if you think negative, it's okay. You say, okay, I thought negative, it's fine. Let's correct it later. Or, let me not do that again. But the first thing is that you accept it,
mm,
right? So that is where it begins.
mm. So, can you also tell us your case study where you use your manifestation?
I have done it like many places, many cases, and it's been possible. But this is something that I have to mention. Your manifestation techniques do not work very well where your Saturn is deposited, or positioned in your chart, or where the Saturn drishtis are on your chart. Except for that, you can manifest everything.
Mm, mm.
That is
So,
one thing I have observed and learned, but that can also be overcome with certain things, like you have to align yourself with the energies of Saturn and then get Jupiter into picture, and you can do that. It's not that it is impossible, but generally, like you asked in the beginning, that few people can manifest very well, few people cannot manifest very well. Now people who have let's say 10th house Saturn, 7th house Saturn, they cannot manifest a good relationship unless they align with the Saturn energy.
mm. Now they say no, these particular numbers, date of birth has these particular things happening in their life at that particular time. So what is this all about and how does that work?
Okay, it's all about, see, there are, like I said, there are many tools that you can see these with. So what I see is the Vimshottari Mahadasha, like the timings.
Mm,
Or you can see it with the Lal Kitab Dasha system. That is also the timing. Then there is also KP astrology, which points out to the timing. There is Prashna Kundali, which you can ask for timings. And there is tarot cards, which is like bakwas, but people use that.
mm,
So timing of events can be defined with many other things.
mm,
Okay, but it definitely involves some kind of calculation, some kind of basic understanding, some analysis to do. So yes, it's possible to get your timing. But if you can manifest or not, that is completely on your free will.
okay. So how
And
can
I
some
already said that the houses where your Saturn aspects, or the houses where your Saturn is positioned, that is when you are not able to manifest to the fullest. But again, that needs an extra practice there.
Hmm. How can someone rebuild confidence after repeated failures?
Like I said, accept that you failed.
Hmm.
What happens is many people, how can I fail?
Yes.
Right? That when you get that thought, and it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I failed. I can try again.
What is that one truth you wish every teenager understood early in life?
True, the teenager understood. Okay. Like I said, it's just that, it can't be as rosy as it seems like, or, you don't have to follow the social protocol. Then you have your free will at your disposal.
Hmm.
Now, those are the things that they can align with.
Hmm. How can young people balance ambition with inner peace?
Okay. Ambition and inner peace, they are totally two different things, Hriday. Right? And, your desires
Mhm.
and your inner peace is something that what you achieve. You can have your inner peace along with your ambitions.
Hmm. Yeah. So, is it like passion and keeping your hobby as just an hobby, or how is that?
See, it's like if your hobby can fetch you money, then why not? Now, there are many people who have made their hobby as their profession,
Hmm.
right? So basically, just that, it's all about opportunities mainly,
Hmm.
and also the circumstances that you put yourself in.
Right.
Yeah. So let's say your hobby is ice hockey, but you live in India.
Hmm.
So you don't have the circumstance to put yourself there into the ice hockey stadium. Yeah.
What habits should youth avoid that slowly drain their energy and confidence?
Yeah. Like I said, self-doubt or, non-acceptance or taking the pressure of being positive. That is something you need to avoid.
Many teenagers feel confused about their future. How can they trust themselves when they don't have clarity yet?
They need to take help of, like we say, the gurus or the Jupiter aspect. So it can be their elders, it can be some books, it can be a mentor, it can be their professor, it can be their parents. So some kind of guidance, some clarity is necessary. So if you are not able to achieve it by yourself, you should take help of someone.
How can a teenager handle pressure from parents, teachers, and society without losing confidence?
No, the first thing is don't take it inside. Simple.
Yeah. What should teenagers do when they constantly compare themselves with others on social media?
No, that has been a trend. You can't, like I said, you are a social being. Now, if you want to avoid that, then get off social media. Simple. Who's stopping you?
Hmm. How can
If
a
you think that's
young
a hindrance, you should just stop.
yes,
Deactivate your Instagram account. Over.
how can a young person discover their strengths when they feel average or unnoticed?
Yeah, like I said, see, this is when a guide or, like an astrologer can play a role that they can say that your planetary alignments are so and so. So this is exactly what you're supposed to do or you're meant to do or you can do. This is your potential. So that can be discussed, guided upon. Or if they don't want to consult anybody like an astrologer, they can go for the something called career counselings. So they
Hmm.
can discover what they're good at. Unfortunately, nobody does that.
Why do emotions feel so intense during teenage years, and how can they manage them better?
Okay, see, teenager, the age is such, they have rushing hormones, so
Yes.
much of changes in their body also. So they have like societal pressures and also, like the peer pressure. I have to have a girlfriend, I have to have a boyfriend, I have to be, like looking like this, I have to have this kind of body. Somebody's too slim, somebody wants to gain weight, somebody wants to have a
mm,
six pack, somebody wants to be impressed by something else, somebody wants to have skin lightening. So there are like so many thoughts, right? Like I said, the first thing to do is write down what you feel. And then you prioritize. Is this really important?
mm, mm. So
It is
what
not possible at a young age to start following this, but that is why I said some guide is necessary.
Correct. So what exactly is pranology and how is it different from psychology?
Pronology and psychology are not connected at all. It is nothing to do with each other. Pronology is a name sound science. Okay, and psychology is about your mind study. So pronology is nothing but, let's say, if I'm calling you Hrudai, then the vibration that comes with that sound. Now that is making an impact on you. That is pronology. Now, if there are like probably very bad sounds in somebody's name, right, then that can be changed or it can be said a bit differently. So that is pronology. It's got nothing to do with psychology at all.
How does a person's energy influence their decisions without them realizing it?
Why not? What you carry in your subconscious mind is what, uh, impacts your decision.
Can pranic imbalance affect relationships and career growth?
Well, yeah, they do.
What are the early signs that someone's prana is blocked or disturbed?
You can figure out for yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. You observe your emotions, you observe your thoughts, you try to understand, analyze yourself first. So you will know that you're disturbed. The energy, first thing that will affect you is your sleep. The first thing that will affect you is your, the resting activity.
Hmm,
So you know that you're not aligned.
hmm. So what is one common astrological misconception that limits people?
Yeah, like I said, limits or not limits, but it's like the most, common misconception is that your destiny can be changed. That if you're
Hmm,
living a XYZ life, you will become magically become ABC. That is not possible. It takes your effort. It takes some, like alignment. It takes a lot of other things.
How can someone use astrology to grow, not to depend or escape responsibility?
Yeah, like I said, if you check your alignments on on your planets, what the potential you're coming with, right? So you can decide on that.
Hmm. How do numbers truly represent in numerology?
Yeah, there are like nine planets or nine grahas and nine forces and nine numbers are allocated to it, starting from one for Sun, two for Moon, three for Jupiter, so on and so forth till nine. Nine is for Mars.
How can numerology help someone understand their life purpose?
Like I said, there is no life purpose that can be defined with any astrology or numerology. Let's put it clear. Okay. So what you have, the prarabdha karma or whatever, it's only 12% of your chart. What you can understand is your potential, what you have come with, what you can do in this life. That is something that you can understand.
Are name corrections really necessary or is awareness
No.
enough?
I have not done any name correction so far. Whatever it is like very small, minute changes just to, like give them some kind of satisfaction.
What mistakes do people make when blindly following numerology advice?
Yeah, what they do is, with the numerology advisors, they start to wear the gemstones, which doesn't work based on
Hmm.
numerology. So that is one thing that I can say. Yeah.
How can teenagers or beginners use numerology in a healthy way?
Well, yeah, they can use numerology to let's say, understand their, like the typical characteristics that come with it, or how their numbers are, the combinations are placed. So what they can do with that kind of number placements.
Mm.
So it is the same. Like I said, they're all different tools. You can just use them however.
So, what is that one message that you would want to give the young teenagers?
Yeah, like I said, you have to, like align yourself, understand what your potential is. And when you start working towards that, then you will definitely move towards your goal.
So, now when we come to the last part of this episode, let's move on to this rapid fire questions. So, are you
Yes.
excited for this round, man?
Yeah, let's go on.
So, are numbers powerful or our belief in them?
It's our belief which is powerful.
Chronology in one word.
Chronology is just a name, sound science. It just has the sound vibrations that can affect you.
Can energy be changed instantly?
No, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. You can only transfer from one place to another, in one form to another. You cannot like magically change energies. It's a process.
Do planets control us?
No, if you let them control, they can. As if they don't have any other better work to do, they're going to sit and watch you like, oh, what you're doing? I'm going to change this for you today. So no, planets don't control you.
One habit that blocks manifestation.
Self-doubt and pre-living.
Awareness or rituals? What matters more?
Awareness.
Is fear the biggest block to success?
Yes.
Can anyone learn to read energy?
Well, you can't read energy. Okay, let's say you cannot read energy, you can feel them.
Hmm.
You can
One
feel them.
daily practice for alignment.
One daily practice for alignment, focus on your breathing.
Intuition or logic.
Logic.
Are people born lucky?
Well, to a certain extent, yes, some placements, it's very nicely placed and they are born lucky, yes.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much, ma'am. This was just amazing. What is your last message that you would want to give me and as well as the audience who watch this episode?
Okay, I would say just tear your charts, throw it aside, work on your free will, and live happily.
Wow. Such a clear and crisp conversation that we had. Thank you so much, ma'am. This was so
Thank
amazing.
you.
Looking forward
Thank
to
you.
have you all in my next episode. Till then, take care and goodbye. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.